Hello Elkhart County. Welcome to Triple P, and I hope it's having a good week and finding ways to stay calm, take care of yourselves, and find ways to notice those good things that your kids are doing. I think that's a theme that we usually have in Triple P and that we've been talking about over the last weeks. Today's topic, by special request, that's one reason to do it, and there's another reason I'll tell you about in a minute, but is what Triple P calls disobedience, or it's how to get your kids to cooperate or to get a better chance that they'll do what you ask. The other reason that I want to do this topic today is that Triple P Elkhart County's Tricia Lightfoot has a webinar coming out pretty soon. It'll be posted in our different places. That's a much fuller, longer version of what we're going to do today. And what I want to do today is what's called the START routine. So when you do Triple P, you usually learn certain little strategies, and then you build up to the point where you're putting them together into a whole parenting routine or a way of doing things. I think I shared with you the planned activities routine. We talked about the strategy pyramid's a little bit different, but still that you kind of put things together so that you have a more comprehensive plan for dealing with things. And so today I want to talk about the START routine. And I am going to try again and see if I can share my screen so that you guys can see what this looks like. Nope, because as soon as I actually get on here, the share screen button goes away. So that's no good. Every time I try to prepare and get ready, it's there and then it's gone when I'm actually on. So I'm just going to show you my chart here. I hope you can see it. So this is what the START routine looks like. So the first step in getting kids to cooperate is how we give an instruction. How do we ask them to do what we want them to do? So there are a few tips that Triple P has. One is, if I'm in the kitchen and I'm yelling at the kids in the living room, they're probably not going to listen. It's really not going to work very well. So Triple P always says, get close and get your child's attention. And that's as simple as just saying their name. So get close within an arm's length. Some kids are okay with you putting your hand on them, some aren't. You know your own child, but to get close. And then to be really clear and simple about what you want. Please go brush your teeth. Please put on your shoes. Please take out the trash. Please clear the table. Very simple, clear, direct, not hard to, can't be misinterpreted. And then the second step is to wait 5 seconds. So you give that instruction, wait the 5 seconds, and you're still standing there. And it's partly, you say something, your kid's doing something else, they're caught in their own world. We tell them what to do, and then immediately go, why aren't you listening to me? Well, it takes a minute to process that message, for that message to make it from the brain processing all the way into the body to actually do the thing that they're being told to do. So staying there and waiting that 5 seconds can be really critical in getting the child to cooperate. At our Triple P Parent Support Coffee Break that all of you are invited to, check the Facebook page for more information. On Thursday, on the Zoom call, 2 people mentioned that 5-second pause as their most helpful thing in all of Triple P. So that give the instruction calmly and stay there for that 5 seconds and see if the child will do it. If the child does it, so I'm going to try to show you this again. So you've given the instruction, you've waited 5 seconds, and if they do it, you're going to praise them. You're going to pay attention to that. Thank you for doing what I asked you. Thank you for going to brush your teeth. Thank you for listening right when I asked you. Whatever it is, you're going to really pay attention to that. Again, what we've said with Triple P, you get more of what you pay attention to. So by really giving attention for them doing that thing that you asked them to, you're more likely to see it again. If they don't listen, with the START instruction, we're going to say it one more time. Now, Triple P says if you're telling them to stop doing something, that's a little bit different. You only say that once, often because it's kind of a safety issue. But if you're asking them to start something, go take out the trash, go brush your teeth, go wash the dog, go shoot a basketball, whatever it is, if you're telling them to start a new task, you're going to give that instruction twice. So you give the instruction, you wait 5 seconds. If they do it, you praise them. If they don't do it, you say one more time. If they do it that second time, you're going to praise them. You want more of that. And if they don't do it, that is when you're going to move into, I'm going to see if I can show you this, a logical consequence, a quiet time, or a time out. Now, Triple P has very kind of specific ways of doing these that are based on research for how this actually works to teach the child to do the right thing. So I'm not going to get a lot into it. If you'd like to know more about it, let us know. We're happy to go more through what does a logical consequence, a quiet time, or a timeout look like. And that could be a whole topic for a Facebook Live, because there are ways to do it that are more effective than others. So you've already given the instruction twice with 5 seconds in between. If the child doesn't do it, then you're going to go into a logical consequence where you would take something away for a relatively short period of time, or a quiet time where they stay kind of in the same area where you are and sit quietly for a short time, or a timeout where you put them in a place where they can be safe and you can totally ignore what's happening. So a place where you don't have to keep saying, stop, I told you to be quiet, stop doing that, turn around, face the wall, stay in that chair. You know, a place where they can kind of act out and you can ignore it for the period of time that you need them to. That would be characteristic of a Triple P timeout. Now, I have requested a lovely model to come and help me here. He's a little large, he's 12. We usually say that you wouldn't use a Triple P quiet time or timeout probably past about 10, but he's gonna play it up for me. So come on in here. Now, for the sake of this video, we're gonna call you Frankie. Is that okay? Okay. So the first time we do this, I'm going to tell you what to do, and you're just going to be your wonderful cooperative self, okay? Okay. So what should we have you do? I think we want you to go take a shower. How about that? They haven't been so plentiful during quarantine, I will admit. Okay. So I'm going to sit. So I'm going to be over here. Okay. Frankie, it's almost time for bed. Please go take a shower.
Okay, Mom.
Oh, thank you for listening to me right away. I appreciate your nice attitude too. That was very nice. Thank you. Okay, so that was going down the side of the kind of routine where he listens and obeys and he does what he's told. And after I do that, a practice that we always have when we work with parents is to say what's something I did well and what's something I would do differently. So I will do that because I'm so in the habit of doing that. So something I did well is that I remembered to praise him. Something I would do differently was I don't think I'd fully thought through what I wanted him to do when I just kind of, go take a shower, it's almost time for bed. So I think maybe I could have been a little more clear with my command. So I'm going to call Frankie back in here to help me out. And this time he's going to not listen. So Frankie, it's almost time for bed. Please go take your shower.
I don't want to.
Frankie, it's almost time for bed. Please go take your shower.
No.
Frankie, you didn't listen to me. You need to go to timeout. I'll come back and get you when you've been quiet for 3 minutes. And I'm going to totally ignore the door slamming. That is fine. I'm going to ignore anything else he wants to do here. So now let's pretend 3 minutes are up. Frankie, you've been quiet for 3 minutes. You can come out now. Frankie, please go take your shower. It's almost bedtime.
Okay, Mom.
Thank you, Frankie. You're so cooperative. I really appreciate it. Okay. So what did I do well there? And I just lost him. We'll just leave him in there. He's fine. So I was more clear with my command this time. And I think I waited the 5 seconds. Maybe that's something I could do differently. But I stayed calm and I ignored the slamming the door and the whatever else he wanted to do. Something I would do differently, I think, is I'm not really sure I gave it that 5 seconds. I did manage to stay calm and kind of wait it out and not overreact too quickly. But I think if I could do that again, I might wait a little bit longer and see if he was going to cooperate. Because if he cooperates, then I can praise him and then we can get more of that and we're just on a better stream. So that is the START routine that Triple P offers for how to get kids to cooperate. Some things about it that I really love are it just cuts out all the drama. I used to be a lecturer, it just keeps it very simple. Another thing it really cuts out is you never say with Triple P, if you don't do this, then I'm going to give you a time out. We just want kids to learn to just listen, and if they don't, we follow through with the consequence calmly, simply, and just keep going. So that's something I really love about it. And if they don't, and if they do listen, then we're going to praise them. So those are some really good things about it. I would love to hear if people are trying this out. How is this going in your home? Any kind of feedback would be very helpful. And again, Tricia Lightfoot has a webinar coming up on this topic, so keep checking our Facebook page for that. We have our coffee hour on Thursdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time on Zoom. If you would like a link for that, contact us on Facebook. We don't want to just put out the link for safety reasons. So contact us and we'll get you that link. We'd love to have you there.